If that's what they want, let them say that.
Well, I think we finally found
Marty?
some common ground because Elisa and I, among others, agree that there should be transparency and that the legislative representatives should also take account and be counted on these sorts of questions, and that we should have a public debate. Unfortunately, if we never get the documents or the videotapes, we won't be able to have that debate. But Elisa, why don't you give your comments?
Very briefly.
And then
yeah.
I want to spend 5 minutes, because we only have less than a half an hour left, 5 minutes on the question of special counsel with respect to the DOJ investigation of the tapes, and then maybe open it up for some questions from
Good.
the audience.
I'm eager for the questions. But David knows what I think of his argument about the Army Field Manual, but you don't, so I have to take just a minute to say, and actually you don't need to hear what I think of that argument. If you read the letter from General Petraeus from about 9 months ago to the troops, it's quite clear. I mean, David's not an interrogation expert, neither am I, but the current head of the DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, said he doesn't need anything in order to interrogate al-Qaeda than what's in the Army Field Manual. And General Petraeus said there's no need to go beyond the Army Field Manual. It's sophisticated. It was just revised just over a year ago based on current lessons learned from Iraq and Afghanistan. I would say that if there are jurisdictions in the United States where people are being treated worse than that, then we need to have an investigation into those places, too.
Okay, so now I would...
Mark, can I just...
Well...
10 seconds. I really don't think it's fair to rely on anybody. It's in English. Go read it and see what it says about the modern Jeff technique and reach your own conclusion. Because it's not fair to ask senior officers, honorable as they are, who want to be promoted, who understand political correctness, who wouldn't have gotten there if not they understanding political correctness, what they think about the most radioactive political issues. So let's
I didn't
not
ask him. He wrote that letter to
But
the
let's
troops
not
on his
rely
own.
on that.
Okay, in fairness, the issue, I'll interject, is not about Mutt and Jeff or about yelling. It's about waterboarding and hypothermia and stress positions and severe sensory and sleep deprivation and threats to the detainees and their families. Some of us think those things are already illegal and should remain so. Having said that, I think David's absolutely right that not enough legislators have come forward, in part because they're fearful that they will be accused of